Hey guys, good evening, Sunday night. Just want to share one thing with you. Dom, if you're watching this, Genevieve, Lane, Tim, Carrie, this might mean something to you. If you saw the previous live video from a couple hours ago, it's a maple leaf sucker. And I'll leave it at that. Watch the old video. You might enjoy it. We had a little bit of fun with that. But no, I wanted to come to you live tonight to do our weekly Facebook church vlog. And tonight I want to talk about something that's incredibly important because it's something that we all need and we all need to give away. And I want you to pay especially close attention tonight because it's absolutely the case. I have a few quotes that I want to share with you first. Helen Keller said this: character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. Only through experience of trial and suffering can these incredibly respectable things occur in our lives. A Japanese proverb, I love this, says, fall 7 times, stand up 8. Jerome Fleischman said this: most of us swimming against the tides of trouble the world knows nothing about need only a bit of praise or encouragement, and we will make the goal. And this was unknown, this last quote I'm going to share with you. When you get to your wit's end, you will find that God lives there. I love that. Because, number one, it's so true. Because God just wants us to get to the end of ourselves, and He wants us to cry out to Him. He wants us to trust and lean on Him and believe in Him and know Him. And it's in those trials that we know Him even better. But by definition, according to Google, for what it's worth, it looked official though. So the definition of an encouragement is the action of giving someone support, confidence, or hope. Heartening, cheering up, inspiration, motivation, stimulation, fortification, persuasion to do or continue to do something. The act of trying to stimulate the development of an activity, state, or belief. Guys, we need encouragement in every part, in every facet of our lives. There's every one of us. I do. You do. We need to be encouraged. And in fact, in our life group, our church sponsors many life groups, and Carrie and I lead one of them. And about almost 4 years ago, there was a scripture. I was just reading my Bible for the day, and there was a scripture that came alive to me, and I want to share that with you. And in fact, it became a Facebook post, and it became a source of encouragement to all of us. In fact, I pinned it on our Facebook page because I want us all, when we click on that, I want us to be reminded of this. And the two verses it originated from was Acts 4:36 and 37. It says, and Joseph, who was also named Barnabas by the apostles, which is translated son of encouragement, a Levite of the country of Cyprus, having land, sold it and brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet. Now, two verses. The first verse kind of gives some explanation on who he is. The second verse kind of gives some definition of what happened and what he did and why that was important in that context. But it's that first verse 36, that jumped out at me. It kind of comes out of nowhere. The only thing it really is supposed to do is tell us that this guy Barnabas sold his land, right, and gave the money to support the cause of the apostles like everyone else did. But the thing that it does, it goes into a little detail, is about this man. And it's the little verse that many a sermon have been preached about. It's something I've preached about years ago. But what I saw in that moment was different than what I'd seen before. And here it is. Barnabas was not his real name. Joseph was his real name. Barnabas is what people called him. His fitting nickname. A comforting. It was fitting because of who he was. He apparently was a comforting, encouraging person. And so he got the nickname, Son of Encouragement. But here's the cool thing, and here's the thing that I love the most. He got this name, Barnabas, by the apostles. If you read that verse, it says that the apostles called him this. I don't know why I haven't seen it or really cared about it before that day, almost 4 years ago. But it was the apostles, the church leaders who gave him his name. It was his friends. It was those who had been impacted by him, those who witnessed this trait in his life. And here are some notes that I wrote in my journal almost 4 years ago. If people who knew me were to change my name based on who I am and my character and who they know me to be, what would my name be changed to? That's something we all should ask ourselves. If I were to change my name, if you were to change your name today based on who others know you to be, what would they change your name to? I can put it in my will to put anything on my epitaph, hard to say, on my tombstone. I can put anything on that I want. It's easy. I can hope that passersby in the cemetery will read what I thought about myself, and that's cool. But seriously, what do others think about me? That's kind of a bigger deal, don't you think? Kind of hit me between the eyes, and I thought I wanted to share this with you. In fact, if it were to be a title to a message on a Sunday morning, it might be this: it doesn't matter what you say your epitaph is. What's your nickname that your friends give you? There was a exercise years ago when I was a youth pastor that I would have our youth leaders do, and I love this, and I still do this in certain situations and settings. We'll sit around the room and kind of like popcorn of sorts, just everyone kind of throwing it out there. We'll pick on each person around the room, and we'll take turns. And what we do is we will say as many encouraging things that we know that person is, and what we know that they are. And sometimes it's what they believe about themselves already, and sometimes it's something that they need to hear about themselves. It's the church leaders calling Barnabas. It's calling him that son of encouragement. He may have already been that. In fact, we know that he was. But he needed to hear that. And that spoke volumes into him. And we'll take turns sharing that about each other. And that's something that's important. You today need, and tomorrow at work, at school, at play, you need to be a son of encouragement to someone else. Someone needs you. Your friends, some of your friends may be struggling. Some of your family members may be struggling. Some of your family members may be contemplating ending their life. And it's you. God has appointed you to stand up and be that gap stander that's going to say, no, not on my watch. You're my friend. I'm going to stick up for you, for who I know you are. Speak words of life into them. Seriously, do something for them that will change their lives, that will give them hope, give them a reason for existing. The world needs encouragers. In fact, the world needs you to take your role as a friend, as a family member, as a Christian. Seriously, be the encourager. Be the Barnabas that your world needs. If this message, please, has been an encouragement to you, share it with someone. Share it with someone that you know is struggling. Someone that you know might be able to be lifted up. You might lift their head up because of this. Share it like this. And be blessed, my friends, and have a great day tomorrow. Be a son of encouragement.